All right, let
Okay,
me know
and
when we're live. And
we're live.
yay! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Inspectors right here on twitch.tv/DC Yay! That's me. Uh, anyway, this is a group that goes around, finds out the weird stuff in Waterdeep, and they're quite excellent at it. And the weird stuff
Ooh.
finding them, too. However, let's go around and introduce our players.
Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fear. You can find me at Crystal_Fear on Twitter and at Crystal Fear pretty much everywhere else. I am playing Sarissa Shiog, the Changeling Sorceress.
Hey, I'm Adam, and you can find me at Adamus Lamas everywhere. I'm playing Rox Boulder, who's a little dwarf beefy wizard. That's me.
Hey everyone, I am Leland/Leopold the Just. I am playing Everest, the bard, noble Eladrin, and yeah, he is an asshole mostly, but cool. All right, continue.
Okay. Hey everybody, my name is Lori, aka Calamity Jane. You can find me on all the socials as Calamity_Jane, Jayn, and I'm playing Molly O'Shaughnessy. She is a human inquisitive rogue.
All right, and I'm DC Lasair. That's DC LASAIR. You can find me everywhere under that. And so last time when we left our inspectors, they were carrying a pile of bones across
bag.
Waterdeep.
Discreet bag of bones. Don't misrepresent
Sure, a discreet bag of bones, whatever you like to say. But anyway, a pile of bones across Waterdeep in a discreet bag.
Yep.
And yeah, so what are you doing with this discreet bag of bones?
We're going to go.
I believe we were going home.
Yeah. We have to assemble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, we got to get the good bones out, and we got to separate the bones, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good bones out.
You know, whatever.
Huh?
In with the good bones, out with the bad bones.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kid bones. You know which ones I'm talking about. Those are the good ones.
No. Not comfortable with this bag anymore.
Listen, we're trying to help a kid ghost. This is the sweetest thing literally anyone could ever do. It just happens to involve the kid ghost's bones that we need to bury somewhere, respectfully, I assume. But we need to separate them with other bones first.
Correct. Yes.
Yes. All right. Just clarifying for those viewers out there who might think we're necromancers.
Not today.
Yeah. We might multi-class into that later. I don't know. Sarissa, I'm a little concerned there already, but especially with the wing today. But no, I'm just kidding. That's great.
All right, so you make your way home with a pile of bones. There's a little ghost girl, SJ, as she now prefers to be called, just sitting on top of the table, looking at you. Hi!
Hi. We may have found you.
I found you. You're right there. And she kind of laughs at her own little joke.
You're adorable. Sarissa will open the bag and see if
Oh, S3. She takes S3, her dolly, and sticks its head in the bag as you're opening it to look in there. She's like, "Oh, what's in there? What do you say?" And it's whispering to her.
Oh, dear gods.
Candy in there?
No.
Prizes?
Of a sort?
Sort of.
To kind of look at Sarissa, because like she's named herself Sarissa Jr. So I'm like, this is kind of your thing.
Kids. I do not. Kids.
I don't.
Help.
Small. Okay. All right. Remember how you asked us to help find you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, we think we did, but we have to figure out what is all you. And then maybe we can help you finish what you need. Do you remember anything more about what happened in the tower?
Nope.
No. Great. Okay. Why don't you and S3 go play in Kane's room for a minute while we get all these pieces out, and then you can come back.
Okay. And she goes.
Like, I feel really awkward taking out all these bones in front of the ghost.
And you look for Kane, and Kane, they are not there. They were with you, and now they're not.
Well, that's concerning.
Oh, they worship the god of travel. I imagine they were called to go and walk somewhere.
Maybe. You'd think they would have said something?
Yes. It is the thing more civilized people like us would do, yes.
Did Kane just sneak off?
It's none of my business. It's none of our business. They are an adult.
True, but this is Waterdeep, and there's weird slime under the city and ghosts, so maybe we'll look for them later.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. And we just went into business together. We just signed a contract. You can't skip out now.
We'll look around.
You hear a crashing noise from upstairs.
Oh, no.
No, S3, not that! And
Oh dear.
Anyone want to handle that, or is that...
Not me. I don't look at me at all. You're the tough one. The street
SJ
rat
comes
of the
down
group.
carrying S3. S3 is very sorry.
What
though nothing
happened?
happened.
Sounded like
She goes
something
back.
happened.
It's room did that clattering noise occur in, little one?
She
Well-
went back to a different room already.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh.
dear.
Well-
Rox, perhaps you should go up and, I don't know, entertain her with your friend.
Well, I guess I've got hold person. I could try that.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Start begrudgingly heading upstairs.
hey, now that someone else has decided to go, I believe I will follow. You mind if I take notes from behind, safe distance, of course? Whatever. I don't need your permission, Rox. I'm following you. And I pull out my notebook and my pen and stuff, and just gotta take some juicy ghost notes from my book, you know. Much as I don't want to be around this thing.
Okay.
Rox will pull out his shield just in case there's any flying objects.
All right.
And I'm crouching down as low as I can get to hide behind the little dwarf.
You go upstairs, and SJ is standing in front of Rox's door. He looks over at you. Snacks? Points to your door.
Yeah, but let me go first.
Okay.
We'll walk up and kind of push his door open with his staff.
Okay.
Hey, little one, come here. I wanted to ask you some questions.
Yeah?
Hey, what? Could you tell me where that noise originated from?
No, but S3 is very sorry.
Could you ask S3 where the noise originated from for me? I do not speak the language of Dolly.
S3 doesn't want anyone to know and is very sorry.
Oh, I won't be mad. I just want to write about it, and I promise I will attribute S3 for the story in my book. I'm
Pinky
writing
swear?
a book, you know. Pinky swear, of course. How about both
And
pinkies?
her little hand just kind of goes through yours because she's a ghost. So
You get the chills a bit, like.
And he says, "Okay, we knocked something down in Kane's room."
Okay. All right. Is Kane's door unlocked?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, then I won't bother. I'll just let Kane figure that out later. All right.
Right.
Yeah, I'll continue just observing what this snack interaction.
Rox will come back with one of those like big-headed lollipops and try to hand it to SJ.
He's like, "Oh, that's what you're eating? Nice."
Oh, you didn't want snacks? All right. Well, I guess
I like looking at snacks.
I don't trust it, but okay. And he'll just like start stacking on the lollipop and head back downstairs.
Snacks! And she's like floating in the air with her arms up. Got snacks!
Oh dear.
What have Molly and Sarissa been doing while that was going on?
While they were leaving, Molly looks at Sarissa and says, "Did Everest just get out of doing 2 jobs at once?"
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Typical. And I'll start to kind of dig through the bones, trying to separate, to match them up, I guess, by size and age, and see if we can make any progress.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
Oh boy.
And you can do that with advantage since one of you is helping the other. So decide who wants to do the medicine check.
Not my strongest, but I'm not terrible.
I have a +2.
You're slightly better. I can help you.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was a dirty 20 the first time around, so.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, you're making a lot of progress. You're like, yeah, the skull kind of, yeah, okay. Here's these parts here, and as you're separating them out, they come back downstairs. You're gotten armed together on the rest of the torso, as it were. You just need a couple legs, and you think you have it.
Rox is going to cast Minor Illusion of SJ like over the bones to see if it like lines up with what they're building.
Super
Yeah,
smart.
it looks
Smart.
pretty good.
It's like, I think we got a match.
That is brilliant. Rox. But
As Jay
Boulder
flies
is your
over it,
last
she goes,
name, correct?
Ooh.
Yes.
And
Sorry,
she's
sir.
looking at herself. The same.
Yeah, we almost have everything together, SJ. Nearly there. Perhaps Everest, you want to help? And I like put a bone very close to his face.
Oh no, I'm not very well versed in the medical arts myself, so I would be of no help. Oh, I did want to examine the skull, though,
Why?
just to see if the cause of death lines up with what she remembers.
I thought you weren't very good at medicine, but then I kind of just move along.
I'm not very good at medicine, but I know what damage to a skull looks like. I'm not an idiot.
You can roll a medicine check as well.
You just hear muttering in response as she's examining it like leg bones.
9.
You feel a line from Shakespeare coming on, but other than that, no.
The urge to pick it up and talk to it.
Yeah.
I'm just a little too creeped out to even examine the back of it where it might be damaged, Yeah. Well, it looks fine to me. It looks like a skull, small one. Well, to do a quick sketch of this, please leave the bones as they are for a bit. I'm just gonna start going to devote the entire page to basically drawing kind of just the scene.
Okay. Give me a performance check on that.
Okay, that I'm better at. 9.
You think you may have to go back and redo this one.
These D&D Beyond dice suck. Tell your bosses I said that. Just kidding.
Put them in digital dice jail and try another kind.
Go to jail. They're in jail now. All right, no, I'm fine. Yeah, I keep rolling bad.
Just warming up.
All right, one more medicine check to see if you can get the rest of it done.
Not from me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll help again.
21.
Yeah, okay, you got this. Got it in one. So.
I love my new dice. They're wonderful.
The leg
Nice.
bone is indeed connected to the hip bone.
Yes, we nailed it.
Yay!
Like, usually I'm more focused on taking things apart, not putting them together. This is new for me.
What? In the process, what type of bones do we have left?
Mixture of sorts. There's probably part of an adult, maybe animal of some kind in there too.
Any gold teeth?
A couple of adults.
We can loot any gold teeth we can pluck out.
Yes. You can
Wow.
get 3 gold teeth.
Oh,
I'm
If you pick up
plucking
every
them out.
skull and extract them, yes.
I'm not picking it out. I just figured that was something Molly would be into. You know?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm just stereotyping the rogue. That's my apologies.
yeah. We just
So-
made 300 gold. I don't need gold fillings to line my pockets. But thank you for thinking of me.
301 gold now.
1 gold, yeah.
Yeah, gotta get it all.
SJ, now that we got your
Yeah?
your body here, what do you want us to do?
Probably bury it.
You have parents.
She looks at you. She looks at you harder. She squints her eyes. She's like, everybody has parents.
I know that, but do you remember your parents? And if so, if you know their names, we could possibly have you buried near them.
Oh, okay. She,
Unless you're an orphan, in which case we will set you up with something very nice.
no. Oh, I don't know how long it's been, though. They were already old, being my parents. So they're probably way older
They
or
may-
dead.
Yes, I think
Probably dead.
Probably the latter. Is she human?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Probably the latter then.
Now that everything's together, essentially, for
Mhm.
SJ, can we take another look just to see if it looks like fall damage or if there's other damage to the bones?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you've done 2
Investigation.
pretty good medicine checks, so I'll just give it to you that, yeah, it does look like fall damage. Like,
Oh,
I just rolled investigation for fun, and it was a 10. So we're working our way up.
yeah, we'll get there.
there.
So she fell to death in the tower? How?
She fell to death somewhere, presumably the tower. But why was a child in the tower?
Good
Do you remember, SJ? Do you remember why you were playing in the tower that day? Were you allowed there, or
oh,
was it...
Agathorn's very nice.
Agathorn? Who's?
That you were in his tower? Agathorn's tower? It's called that?
Oh, and Agathorn invited you there, or was Agathorn a ghost as well? That you, when you
No?
Well- No.
I didn't know any ghosts.
Oh.
So Agathorn, the person, let you in the tower to play?
Mhm.
And you
Like-
fell.
Do you have a ballpark on how far back that'd be? I mean, the tower's been there for ages, right?
Ooh, I'm good
Yeah.
at this one.
Considering Agathorn was the one that set up the current government structure in Waterdeep and
Mhm.
everything else. So
Yeah.
Can I
Uh,
roll a knowledge
yeah.
history check to get any deets about that?
sure thing. Yeah, roll it and tell me kind of what you're looking for with that.
Okay. Yes. Just probably an exact number about how, well, not an exact number, but a roundabouts number about how old it would have to have been for Agathorn to just be letting kids roam around in his dangerous tower. And then maybe any information about if Agathorn had a thing about killing kids in a dangerous tower or something, like kind of morbid about that. I don't know. That's just kind of where my mind goes. I've been watching a lot of like true crime stuff lately. Maybe that's why. But yeah, 19. Straight
Okay.
check.
Right. So nothing quite as ghoulish as all that.
Good. I mean, a roundabout was just like, oh, come and hang out here. It's safe. Like, whatever. Might as well.
Might have been friends of the parents or something.
Yeah, exactly. They should have. They got this kid killed because they weren't paying attention to it. It's their fault, as far as I'm concerned. As far as Everest is concerned as well. Because it's dangerous. We were in there. It was dangerous.
We needed security clearance to be in there,
Exactly. Safe.
which we still have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuck that away.
Should we bury you like in the cemetery or out back? What are you thinking, SJ?
Out back.
Underneath the doghouse.
Oh,
Well, then you could hang out if we just bury you out back. You don't have to.
I believe the goal is for
Oh,
spirit to
and it's
pass on rocks.
Agrohorn, if I wasn't saying it quite right before.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
it's okay.
Agroorn. Got it. Okay.
Hmm.
Agroorn the Irresponsible.
Oh, his lesser known title after like founder. What did he?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Can I borrow rocks for a second? Molly would like to.
Sure.
Do you think you and I could make like a little makeshift doll that we could send with SJ's bones? She seems attached to the spectral one, and I wonder if it would help. But we have like straw and cloth around here. We can maybe do something.
Yeah, let me see what I can wrangle up. And he just starts looking through his backpack.
I will scrounge as well.
Okay, sure. You can find bits and pieces to make a makeshift doll.
Mhm.
Oh, it's got rope. We can make like a rope doll. I don't know if that's a thing, but
Could be. You're the inventor.
Just needs a little head and legs and arms and such. It's a doll, right?
I
Forgive
guess.
me. Anyone want to play some dragon chess?
We're not finished. We have to. The bones are still.
Oh. My apologies. I thought we were having a leisure day.
In a minute later.
She says, okay, so last name was Theoden.
You remember?
Theoden, yeah, Theoden. Yeah.
Very good. And she said that her name before she became SJ was Lucinda?
Yes.
Okay. There it is. Is that name at all familiar from like the histories of like an important family or anything
Nope.
like that? Okay, just all right. There it is. Well, at least we have something to write now.
And I think Rox might have grabbed like. Are there pillowcases a thing? Probably, maybe. Just grabbed a pillowcase and like with the rope like loosely formed like kind of a gingerbread like body, and then
Like stuffed it with straw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I've got mending, so I don't know if the extent of mending I could do to create a doll, but
And just to fill you in, Egahorn's rule would have been over 300 years ago.
Ah. Okay.
That's when
yes.
it started.
All right. Yeah, I definitely inform everyone about how old our friend is.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know much about Forgotten Realms history and stuff, so and Waterdeep's actually kind of new to me. So, aside from the board game, that's literally the extent of it.
It was before the spell plague. So.
Ooh, that sounds spell plaguey. I'll have to research that.
So our making Project Doll is underway.
Project Doll, was that on the list today? We just keep adding things to the list here.
No. It's a subset of task number 3, was it? 3B. And some kind of maybe a box or something more respectful, I guess, than just shoving the bones back in a bag.
Yeah, no, of course. Everest has already promised that this is out of game. Everest has already promised her that she's going to get a fancy burial. So, with that thought, since no one wants to play Dragon Chess with Everest, I actually, while they're making the doll, would like to go and procure a very fancy child's coffin and some flowers.
Oh,
Okay, easy enough. You do so.
Alrighty, cool. How many dollars do you need?
3 gold.
3 gold. All right, I want to pay more for more flowers. I'm gonna pay 5 gold and get that many more flowers.
Okay.
It's gonna be exorbitant amount of flowers.
All right. At this point, you have to put the flowers into the casket that you got just to hold them all properly.
Got it. Yep. Maybe even rent a cart or something. Pay a hireling to carry it all back, or whatever. Anyway, I bring it back and get everything ready. Help get everything ready in that regard.
I think as we're working on this doll, Rox would actually tear off one of the patches from the utility belt and bring the 2 dogs to life.
Okay.
Mastis.
Yeah.
And this is weird, but and then I guess 2 mastiffs just appear out of nowhere, and he's like, I don't know how well trained they are, and I don't have names for them yet, but SJ, you can play with them.
oh,
Yeah. He's like, ooh,
Well, thank
one of
goodness.
them's over kind of sniffing at the other bones and, trying to gnaw on one a bit.
Yeah, that's the other boats. It's fine.
I didn't know what the plans with the dogs were, but I was a little frightened. I thought you were just summoning them here to dispose of the other bones.
Well, seeing how we have people sneaking in and out of our house at night, I figured we could use a little extra security. And I'll look at Molly.
I told you, the locks are fine against everyone but me.
Yes, until you meet a more adept lock picker, then we'll see.
How dare you?
I'm just saying it could exist.
Just prolonged eye contact.
I know what you're thinking. There isn't a better person who can play the lyre in Waterdeep at all.
That's what I was thinking.
Definitely.
Not about rearranging all the furniture in your room while you're gone.
It was you last time, wasn't it? Or was it the cat?
Oh, you mean the big cat? It's very possible.
Yes.
Yes.
I still can't get her fur out of my sheets.
Oh,
Something to remember by. I think I might actually call them barley and wheat.
Nice.
very, very nice names.
So barley and wheat.
Clever.
Yeah, wheat is occupied kind of just. It's like you can't quite tell there's something there, and yet there is, and sniffing the air, and she's just kind of floating around, finding this amusing.
Hmm.
And the other one's just kind of picking at different bones, dragging them out, and sitting down, and
They grow up so fast.
Or magical dogs. Right,
oh
so
yeah,
You just need a third one named Hops that like just hops around.
Hops.
Little small.
Oh,
Run.
yeah, like a little teeny dog.
Yeah.
Go with the mastiffs.
I'll buy a dog.
On the way.
Yeah. To match my glamorous appearance, some sort of fancy like Paris Hilton style,
Oh
dog.
my god. It's in your loot case.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So you have a casket. You have a lot of flowers.
I hope you like these.
bones.
I sort of hold them out for her.
Like, oh, those are pretty.
I paid for all of them. They asked me what I wanted. I said, "Oh, nothing but nothing less
Wow.
for you."
She's just looking at the flowers, and there's no real value to her, so she's just kind of looking at the flowers, more appreciative of the flowers than how much you've spent. But
Yes, Everest has this strange thing in his brain that makes him think that it's his duty to protect the lesser people. So like this is like his quest into the towards achieving that, I guess.
It's so exhausted because everyone's lesser.
Exactly. It's always having to help people. It's,
right.
Well, yeah.
What would you like to do now?
Kind of arrange, I guess, the body in the casket. This is a really
Okay.
grim. With like flowers around it, and then
Okay.
yeah.
I'll play a funeral song
All right.
on the pan flute.
Once the lid's closed, SJ kind of sits on top. She's like, "That's sad. Play something happy."
Oh, and I'll put away the pan flute then and pull out the drums and just play like a upbeat drum
She starts dancing
jam.
on her own casket.
Dancing on her own grave. That's great. That's great. Can we show her S4? If Rox is done.
S4. Oh no, how many S's are there?
There's so many.
Yeah.
Ah.
I just see you hold out this doll to her and
Yeah.
say what?
Wanted you to have something for your rest, and we hope that you like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
S3 has a friend. Their very first friend.
Second friend. Aren't you her first friend?
Friend. Yes.
Doll is still very suspicious.
Yeah, considering we couldn't get into Kane's room to find out which part of their stuff was like thrown around.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll fix
We'll
it
see.
later.
And then S3 does that partially real thing you've noticed somehow it can do, and kind of bumps into this new doll a little bit, like they're playing with him. She can't pick up the new doll, but S3 is, now it's partially solid and just kind of playing with him and dancing with him a bit.
Hey, detect magic while we're all hanging out.
Sure.
Everest quietly suggests that maybe we have to kill the new doll so that way that she can.
We just made the new doll. We're not killing the
It's
new
a
doll.
lot of work.
I wasn't quite sure how to kill it myself anyway. It is just a doll. Stab it with a needle or something.
The detect magic, when the doll is real, there's something there. It's a bit unusual. You can't quite make it out, but it definitely pops off as some sort of magic on it. And then it goes away real quick as she's kind of playing with it, and it kind of phases in and out.
Huh. Well, that's weird. Looks like S3 is somewhat magical when it's on our plane. Oh, maybe it's on a different plane. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got. Sarissa, do you have anything? I know you've studied magic at the tower. I don't know if there's anything you know about this.
I wouldn't know.
You're saying it could be extraplanar, this doll. This is very interesting. Pull out a little notepad and start writing that down. It's like the third notepad you've seen Everest use. This is field pad.
I guess anything's possible, but I feel weird saying this in front of her, but do we want to go to bring the thing to the place so we can, like mime shoveling?
Yes, definitely. We should invite some of our friends. That way it's not just, not that way her funeral isn't in such low attendance. We do know a ghost who might want to attend. Perhaps he's not busy.
We could ask. I think he would be the best one to attend. No one else knows her as far as we know.
Yeah, listen, I'll try. I guess try and find a way to arrange to have some invitations sent out, some fancy invitations sent out for
an impromptu funeral.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bury her, but then we'll have a ceremony
I see. Gotcha.
Another day. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe along the way as we're doing the funeral procession, you can bring people in.
Yeah,
oh my
just
God.
Hey.
So we're gonna try to recruit Malcolm Brisenbright, the ghost, on our way.
Hey, come to our ghost funeral. You're the only ghost we know.
Brisenbright is sort of out of the way.
Yeah.
So you would have to carry the casket all the way up and then all the way back towards the city of the dead, or just go there yourself, or
Rox, my friend, could you turn into a bird and fly over there and talk to Brisenbright and get them to attend the funeral?
No, best I could do is maybe send a familiar, but I don't. Maybe.
It may not be worth it. I just thought maybe you could turn into a bird. You could do all sort of other amazing things.
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to the day I can.
Rock boulder. Anyway.
Terrible.
It's good, okay? It's a big bird in D&D, in case someone doesn't know.
All right. So how are you moving the casket to the city of the dead, if that's what you're doing? Or are you sending out invites or all this at once?
There are
messaging stations. You can
Everest is just running his mouth.
You're in Waterdeep, like the biggest city. If you want something, it's probably here. So
we'll invite Benny.
I'm guessing it's going to fall to Sarissa and Molly to carry it. Because just height-wise, I don't think it would work with Rox and anyone else. And I don't think Everest is going to volunteer.
Well, we could, he gets wheat, barley. He,
They
like,
come.
Oh.
Like,
he starts tying like lengths of ropes between their
Build a sled.
harnesses, and it's like, so they're kind of like a couple feet apart, and you could maybe put the casket on top of that, and then they could march the casket.
while you're doing this, Molly, you
Yes.
know you could just rent a carriage.
Yeah, I know, but this is funnier.
Okay.
The whole time, I just thought. Just kind of
right.
watching, just kind of sitting there, just looking at this, like, mm-hmm.
Well,
My
sled is
unseen
made.
servant isn't strong enough.
There's plenty
so.
of wood around in this old warehouse that you've kind of converted into a home, and yeah, so you make a sled for the mastiffs.
I will quietly suggest to Everest, like, maybe you should put some flowers on the harnesses to make them look, just pop.
Oh, that would be beautiful. Of course. And I'll prepare that
Yeah.
easily.
This is my best favorite day.
Any sort of beautification efforts that can be done on anything, Everest is super game for helping with that, but not any other sort of manual labor.
No.
Rox will be giving out some of his pocket jerky to the mastiffs to gain their favor.
All right. They enjoy the pocket jerky and seem to understand what's going on. So
Yeah, they're made them into an impromptu doggy carriage.
So now you have this sled. That's make a insight roll, Rox, while you're kind of putting this together, just to see if, yeah, this looks right. Yeah, these measurements are good. Yeah.
That's an 18.
Okay. Yeah, you make pretty well. So.
This isn't Rox's first.
It will hold up on their journey at least. The runners may not be the best material you could find, but it'll get you there. May not make it back, but
Spirit funeral.
Yeah, more personal.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yeah, because I assume the cemetery, you can't just have funerals whenever you want.
right. Yeah, you'll have to talk to a guard.
I'll maybe run a bit ahead to try to do that. Not like super far, but just give them a heads up.
Probably a good idea.
Okay. He's like, sorry to hear. Well, where do they need to go?
Is there a place in particular for children?
That's all we need. Well, shall we go?
Sorry, I'm getting a call. Garden? The garden?
This
So
whole
we're with
place is
plants?
kind of a garden.
Yeah. So then a spot where maybe children are.
Is there a name we can?
Yeah, Lucinda. She just told us her last name. There it is. I got it. It takes me a second to get through some stuff,
Okay. Oh, all right. One moment, and he runs off to a building you see just not far in the distance, and he comes back with a very large book, and he's flipping through it. He's like, "There it is. Yeah, we have 3 spots," and he points out an area over in the northern corner of the City of the Dead.
3 spots. Are there? Would you happen to know? Because he's got this big old book, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
Are there any other Theridins here, or many?
There's Martin and Bernice and Lucinda. Lucinda doesn't seem to have. There's no record of any remains there.
Oh, where is that location, please?
In the north with the other 2. All together.
Yes. It's like specifically. Can I see? Is there a map?
Yeah. It's easy enough. You just head over, and he'll give you basic directions that aren't hard to follow. So.
Okay. Oh, that's good to know. I will circle back and let the group know. These could be. I mean, it makes the most sense. Oh, wow. I guess we go. Do I have to pay any fee or anything for this before I wander off and start digging a hole?
He checks the book and he's like, it's unusual. If you're saying you've recovered, that's the impression I'm getting?
Yes.
Why you're asking?
Yes.
Man, that was a long time ago. But no, all the fees are paid. Yeah. Why don't yeah, just take care of it, and I'll get the clearance down. It's an unusual case, so yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay. If anyone inquires further into this matter, please refer them to our location, and I'll hand them like one of our cards.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we go back and get the group to go to the north.
All right. So you head over there. Your makeshift sled is wobbling now and creaking, and parts of it are kind of splintering off. But for a makeshift sled, it did its job. And you approach 3 graves, and you have a Martin, a Bernice, and one for Lucinda, all with stone markers and the names carved into the stone.
Is there any like inscription as to, how sometimes it says like the reason behind like the death or anything, or any kind of additional information aside from their names?
The names, and there was a year.
Okay.
Below it. There's nothing on Lucinda's. There is a small, like almost an epitaph saying, "We hope you're somewhere safe." And
oh,
well, that's sad.
Yeah.
Did they not even look for her? Like, we found her pretty easily.
I told you that they were irresponsible. This is heartbreaking.
Waterdeep is a big city, though, even then. And maybe not everyone thought to look in the tower.
I know if I went missing, my parents would do everything in their power to find me.
We don't know that they didn't.
Sorry. It's hard not to judge them. She's such a sweet little girl. She deserves all the protection in the world.
No, my parents would have... First place they would have looked would have been a tower.
You like to hang out in towers, then, I see.
Doesn't every wizard?
Oh, haha. You're funny. And you make good chips.
I'll get out a shovel and I guess start digging.
Okay. And you proceed, and you bury, and SJ just sort of watches, and she's sad, and she looks at her parents thing, and sort of sad.
I will summon...
Eyes are downcast, and...
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I thought you were done for some reason. I'm stupid. Go ahead.
Her eyes are downcast, and she turns, and once the burial is complete, did you want to do anything before the burial's done?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Hey, mine's real quick. I was going to summon an unseen servant. I'm not actually going to help with the digging, but I'm going to summon an unseen servant who's going to take like a fresh handkerchief and basically wipe the sweat off of those who are helping.
Okay, excellent. So there's sort of a handkerchief floating in front of you and just dabbing your forehead.
Oh, pay no mind. That's Fredrickson.
Of course it is. Like just trying to dig and it's like in my face. It's very helpful. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And sorry,
well, your
Sarissa,
help, it makes it take a little longer than it should, but it gets done.
Sarissa was saying something. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
Sarissa will... First, you've noticed that she's been very quiet while everyone has been talking about what their parents would do to find them. And she'll look at the parents' gravestones and down at SJ. And she will walk over to the coffin and she'll draw a few symbols on the coffin with a rock or something to carve them in. And they are symbols that her parents taught her for if she were ever lost.
Okay. SJ smiles at you. She's like, "Oh, fancy."
They are to bring you home.
Thank you. And she, as best she can, she kind of hugs you, even though she kind of partially goes through you as she does it.
The first time Everest is not creeped out by it. He's actually just like, his heart's just warmed.
Mm.
And as you finish, she turns to you and sort of says, "Thank you." And
You're welcome.
this is what had to be done, apparently. At least that's what I'm being told. And she goes, and S3 says, "S3, okay, I think we have to go now." And it makes S3's head, and she vanishes, and S3 falls and lands on top of the dirt pile. Fully real.
Nope.
Did she just say this is what she was told?
That is what I heard. And now there is a real doll, pointing.
Did she leave behind the doll that we made? Or
Yeah, that's
No,
there
S3.
too, because it was a physical thing, but S3 is there as well now.
Like the
I'm gonna-
actual.
I'm gonna have my unseen servant pick it up and hand it to me.
Okay.
Grab it out from the air and say, I believe this would make for a great keepsake. Once we get settled in at our establishment, we do plan on moving, correct?
Maybe.
I was hoping so. Something a little more lavish would be suitable for me.
We were promised that manor, I believe.
Oh, I had forgotten about that somehow. We will have to ask about that later. Anyway, what else was on the agenda now that we've helped to pass on? What a noble deed we've done.
We need to go check in with our new, I guess it's like a guild. Like, it's not patron really, but it kind of, sort of is.
Yeah, it's a person, and they're part of a guild, and this particular person will help you out and take care of you. I'm looking up the guild name again because I don't remember the exact name.
It's like Curious Collectors or something like
and
that.
oddities?
Oddities.
Yes, the place he runs is the Oddities Kamamancy,
Yes.
and that itself is not a guild, but that's just what they've decided to call the place.
Before we head out of here, I'd like to take a couple of flowers from the explosion of flowers that we have and
Okay.
put them each on the parents' graves.
Okay.
What a beautiful sentiment, Molly.
Everest, what's your passive perception?
Ooh, not good, I don't think. That's 12.
Okay, make a perception roll then.
The all-time favorite 9 coming back.
No.
All right. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. So,
Great.
Oh, I know. The
uh,
9 is the 9 always succeeds.
all right. Where would you like to go after you clean up the wood from what's left of the sled?
Well, I definitely want to make sure that the doll that fell, the keepsake, is in a good spot in my bag, safely kept
Okay.
before I head out. But next, we plan on going to see the guild member, right? That we're working for. Wasn't that the next thing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Lucian.
Yeah, and I will dismiss my unseen servant and catch the handkerchief in the air and then just sort of like grabbing it by my pinching it with my fingers and I throw it away in like a trash can on the way out.
Okay.
Other people's sweat on it. Ugh.
As you put the doll into your bag, you're not sure if it was just shifting, but you think the hand moved. But it could have just been, it shifting around as you were laying it in your bag.
My character expects it to do something weird at this point. And so he just sort of is like, whatever, we'll see. Let's see how it goes. It'll make good writing material. It's a dumb decision. Make good writing material for his book. So.
All right. So, anything else you want to do, or do you just want to head off to that portion of Troll Skull Alley?
I think I'm good with just heading towards Troll Skull.
Yeah.
Yep.
If everyone else is.
Pick up some takeout smoothies on the way.
Excellent. Y'all get some smoothies on the way. And...
There's freaking ice magic, all right? There's got to be some like low-level wizard selling smoothies out there.
It's a corner shop. There's kind of a row of carts, and there's cabbage salesmen, and next to him, smoothie salesman.
Cabbage and smoothies, my favorite. We'll
Yeah.
salt the cabbage.
The winning
make
combination.
We'll make
Yeah.
a smoothie.
Is it called Prestidigitaste?
Ooh,
It is.
God.
Awesome.
that's good. This is why we need inspiration in this game, DC. You can give it out for things like that.
Okay, you get inspiration.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right, I'm excited.
All right. So you continue on. You go from the City of the Dead, and you head. Let's see here. This would be just to the west in Waterdeep. You go around, and eventually you find yourself in what's referred to as Troll Skull Alley. There's one side which is numerous shops, maybe some residents, but more looks like businesses and shops. And then it kind of U's, and the upper portion of that U is all one building, or at least it looks like it's one building. You can tell there's some new construction going on in there to make this one giant place.
And that's where Tonic went earlier, but like a lower level entrance, right?
Yeah, there's just one. It was in the main entrance that you're in front of.
Oh, okay, great.
Shall we meet the bosses?
No time like the present. And
These are my kinds of people. Let me do all the talking.
You hear some heavy footfalls, like clang, 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 and the door opens, and maybe you haven't seen one before. Maybe there's been a few around, but you see essentially, if you haven't seen a Warforged before, a mechanical person in front of you, glowing blue eyes. They seem to be made out of brass, copper, and wood. And Molly, you know this to be Tonic, as he goes, "Hello."
Aye.
Is this a construct of sorts?
Yes.
Hmm.
How may I help you? Welcome to the Oddities Comorancy.
Lean in and whisper, "You wanted to do the talking?"
Oh, yes. Sorry. I don't believe I've encountered a construct of your advanced level of communication before. This is interesting. Your creator, are they around?
No?
Oh, well.
How else can I help you?
Well, we're here to do a meet and greet of sorts. We've agreed as a group to uh, work more closely with this organization, I believe. Anything else I should mention? Just lean over to Molly.
I'll take out the contract that we received, and I think there was like a note to come by or something like that. Yeah, and that as well on top. Our paperwork.
Oh, I will grab it. Thank you. And I'll unfold it. There you are.
Takes it, looks at it. Oh, okay. Come on in, please. He kind of clomps in. He's like, Lucian!
Chink.
Yes!
He is home. I'll say to Sarissa quietly.
And you go into this place, and it's beautiful. This is fine wood inside here that the walls are made out of. There's a stairway in the back after you get through sort of the main entrance chamber. There's a stairway in the back. There's a large table in this room. There's a couple bookcases, some fine vases around, and there's even a chandelier up top that is very well maintained. And there's carvings and engravings and almost everything that there can be a carving and engraving in. Everything very fancy.
Are the carvings and engravings all of a particular theme or like stories, or are they just sort of like generic, like weird cherubs and things? Like, are they kind
weird
of gauche?
cherubs and things. Sometimes they're just lines that form curls and things like that.
Gotcha.
Roxel leans slightly forward, because I imagine he's about the same size as the dogs. He's like, "All right, don't pee on anything."
No guarantees.
They both look at you, and they look like they were eyeing a spot, and they're like,
He'll give him some more pocket jerky for being good buddy, but good doggos.
They probably smell a cat somewhere around, some sort of familiar, you know.
And this mechanical being in front of you asks you all to please sit, and there's plenty of seating around this very large table.
Sir, I'm wondering, does your volume meter have an adjustment knob that I can access?
He looks confused. You want me to talk quieter?
I just have...
You can just ask me.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
have a knob for that.
Are you not a construct?
Sort of.
Well, I think it's a good thing this guy's not the boss.
I'm just...
Sorry, I don't believe I've encountered something so advanced before, and I do not mean to offend.
That's okay. I'm a warforged.
Oh, yes. I assume my character. Let's see, knowledge history. 12. Have I heard of one?
I'll say you have seen mechanical people around kind of like him before. Not very many. It's very rare to see them in Waterdeep, but seems to be one. You also know that there are mechanical beings. At least one is in the Temple of Gandhi in Waterdeep, but they're nothing like this.
Gotcha. Okay.
The one in the Temple of Gandhi is pure gears and everything. This seems to have more to it. There's something
Gotcha.
else there.
Well, I profusely apologize to him, and oh, my apologies. I have offended you probably greatly. I thought you were an iron golem of some sort, and I did not realize that you were a warforged. It is your kind is very, very, very intriguing and rare. So, as you can understand, it's just a mistake.
No worries. Have a seat.
Do you have any snacks?
Next. Sure. And he goes.
I'll take a seat that has like my back to the least amount of like entrances or people, kind of to the wall.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you have you take a seat. You have a good view of the door. The Warforged went through, and the stairway, and you can also kind of out of your corner of your eye see where you came in through.
Perfect.
And as you're, all right, yeah, as you're waiting, you hear footsteps coming down the stairway. You hear kind of a normal footstep, and then you hear more of a thudding, more of a dull thud, and you hear this as you proceed. And the first thing you see is sort of a ankles of pale gray skin and slippers, and as they come down, you see that they are just in a bathrobe, and before you see a tiefling that you remember in the zone where you were in Mex being called Warlock. And so he has pale gray skin. He has horns that come from here and kind of go down around his face. He has very bright blue eyes that offset the pale gray skin. And he comes down, and as he comes down, and you can tell there's something different about one of his legs. It's not like the other one. Not that it's unusual, just that it definitely makes a different sound as it comes down.
Knowing that he has a warforge sort of on his like employee, does it?
Mhm.
And looking at the leg and that it's different, do I get the sense that it might be something like mechanical based, like fake, like
Yeah.
But you can't see it. It's just underneath the pajamas or whatever he's wearing, the robe.
Yeah, he's just wearing a bathrobe, and it becomes apparent that there's not much underneath that, but he's just wearing a bathrobe. Not that you really see anything, but you know.
It's just in max relax mode.
Yeah,
Don't want any errant breezes. Okay.
right.
Okay.
He's like, welcome. How may I help you? And he continues down the steps, and he takes a seat at the table, which seems to be his usual spot. How
We
may
are
I help you?
We are responding to your correspondence about coming to meet you.
My correspondence about coming to meet me. What?
We have the paperwork.
What? Oh, and he passed him the paperwork, and he's like, oh, yes, excellent. You're here for that. Well, hi. Hello. I'm Lucian Tinsdale Forthright. Welcome to the Oddities Comorancy, as I call my charming place.
I am Everest Conira Yanira the 14th. And I do like a long, illustrious bow and tip my hat, my feathered cap.
He looks around, waiting, almost expecting if anyone else is going to talk, say anything.
My name is Sarissa.
Sarissa, excellent.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Don't be impolite. Introduce yourselves.
Rocks, and this is wheat, and this is barley.
Oh, those are lovely names.
Thanks.
You can call me Molly.
Molly, all right. Excellent. And he reaches into his robe and he pulls out these small spectacles. They're very tiny on his face, but he puts them on. And he looks, and he's like, "Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Okay." And he looks at all of you very carefully. Uh, so, yes, you're here for the job. Excellent. So, you are more than welcome to stay here. I have been collecting things that are odd and unusual and sometimes containing them. Those items are below us on a specially prepared room in the basement. If you want, you can go down in there and look at all the things. Uh, and I can't get out as much as I used to anymore. And kind of taps his leg, and you hear kind of a hollow sound coming out of one leg. And yes, and we were tasked by the. Sorry, I lost it again. There it is. By the watchful order of magus and protectors to uncover some weird, unusual things that kind of no one else wants to deal with. We're sort of a subsection of that guild, if you would. And Tonic is my friend and helps me out quite a bit. I assume you've met Tonic. Where is Tonic?
Hopefully preparing us some snacks.
Down
Yes.
here. Oh, snacks. Excellent. Yes.
Did you say we could stay here?
Oh, yes, there's plenty of room. We have, there's a shelf with other knickknacks. Barnabas told me about you. I remember he said you had a shelf with all sorts of knickknacks, and so I had one installed if you even wanted to put them above the fireplace in the next room.
That's very
Thank you.
considerate.
I actually just acquired one today.
Oh, excellent.
Can I insight check this tiefling?
Sure. What are you looking for?
Rox just feels it's a little strange to invite people you just met to live with you. I guess if there's any nefarious things going on.
I imagine it's like a guild house, though, right? Kind of,
Yeah, essentially you've taken a job with him, and he's offering board essentially for free. So as long as you're working for him, that was part of the contract.
Yeah, we get like our
Yeah.
own like wing, stately wing manor. So basically, it. Okay.
Gotcha. All right.
It's totally normal, Rox. Jeez. Don't ruin this for us. It's nice here.
Look at all the carvings. So okay, our work then would be for Barnabas through you.
Essentially, Barnabas doesn't really come around too much. Like I said, it's subgroup.
Hmm.
Even my own family doesn't come around.
Oh, that's sad.
But yeah. Oh well. I was sort of adopted in, and even though I inherited some money, they still are jealous and everything like that. So yeah, just bad family. And soon Tonic comes in with some snacks, lays them out on the table, and as you continue to talk, we can take a break. All right, welcome back everyone to the Inspectors. So far, the group is going towards their new patron and asking questions, and they just got a round of snacks as they were all sitting around a table.
You're welcome.
So, snacks are passed out, and Tonic just hands out. It's like a little meat and cheese platter type of thing. Just little tiny ones, Everyone gets one.
Yep.
Some wine is poured, glasses.
Politely decline the meat and cheese. None for me.
I will take yours.
Pass it on over.
I love charcuterie more than anything. This is a fantastic way to greet us into your organization. I'm already very impressed.
Oh yes, thank you. I try to do the best here, and we have to. Oh, and I don't want you to worry about the things we have in the basement. We've treated the wood, we've protected it. There's some spells cast. Anything should blow up. It shouldn't. It shouldn't be that big of a deal.
What on earth do you have in the basement?
Oh, all sorts of things. There's a monkey paw down there for one. I wouldn't touch that.
We'll get our expert wizards, Sarissa and Rox, to examine everything, and make sure your wards are tight.
Oh, they're tight. They just haven't been tested. It's kind of a new thing that we're doing here, and we're a subgroup, we're also experimental.
Forgive me if this
Yeah.
seems rude. Have
No,
we
no.
met before? Because, altered state, the 3-month period, I'm wondering. No one else has remembered, but maybe he does.
You just say, have you met before?
Yeah, have we met before?
He looks at you. You seem a little familiar, but no, sorry.
Little familiar is
Yeah,
more
please.
of a response than we got from the others.
The others, oh dear, you seem to be talking about something and I'm not in on it.
Could I insight check? I mean, I mostly believe him, but I don't really.
Sure thing.
Also, he's
I'm
new.
gonna roll as well.
Okay.
Thanks.
15 here.
Ugh. I think we traded dice, and over the break, I got a 6.
All right. So he's remembering something, but he's not giving it up quite yet.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna I'm gonna try prying that out. What skill would that be?
what are we talking about?
Oh, come on. Listen. You are a very powerful person, clearly, by your establishment here. Someone able to accommodate all of these potentially dangerous items in their household has to be powerful. There's no way that you've completely had your memory wiped during the great event a few months ago.
Oh, with the orbs and everything? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Yes,
all of
yes.
us, we have complete memories of what happened.
Oh, you were there. Yeah, I remember being in the middle of the ocean on some island. I seem to have a rather large version of tonic with me. Maybe that's why you all seem familiar, if you remember that.
Yes,
Sorry, I it seems like I'm losing a bit of that as time passes.
Well, try your best to hold on to it. Get some spells, cast whatever you need to enhance your memory, because it is quite the experience, and that is worth remembering.
Yes. Tonic looked some things up for me, and we've done some research on those orbs. Since we're on the topic, was there anything you wanted to talk about? Any questions? I'm sorry, I just tend to get on something and go on about it, and that seemed to be the point of interest at the time. But,
Do you have any pressing business that maybe we could take care of right soon?
well, let's see. Well, could be related. So, these orb things, the ones that were here in Waterdeep all seem to be connected to whatever that plane was. Now, others might be connected to somewhere else. Don't know. Haven't run into any more yet. However, there is rumor of such a thing happening about 4 days' travel outside the city. Strange creature, that type of thing, scaring people off. We have that. We have some fanciful lights. Another part. Yeah.
Rox pulls out a list and he's like, I think this strange creature outside of town might have been one of our quests already that we forgot. Well, didn't get around to doing.
Oh, you have a list. Excellent. Maybe they'll coincide at some point. Uh, so
Where are the fanciful lights?
lights. Oh, if you go, mm, it's about a 10-day journey, but you pretty much head east, and there's reports of weird lights going on, like fireflies almost, but a bunch all at once.
Hmm. Trees. And 4 days is the strange creature. Is that east, west,
That is
north,
northeast.
northeast? 4 days away.
Well, as fascinating as the Firefly event is, it could very well just be a strange natural phenomenon. And I believe
That's
this
true.
creature is a surefire way to accomplish something of greatness as an organization. So that's my thought. Anyway, what were you saying, Rox? I hate to interrupt.
Oh, well, I guess if they're both in the same general direction, we could hit the creature and then keep going to see the lights.
That is very economical.
Tuesday, 2 days out from your journey, if you go to the creature first, there is a small village. Should you need to stop and want to rest and not camp somewhere for a bit, or you
Fantastic.
can continue on past it. But there is a spot for you to rest for, have at least a night of rest before you complete the journey. Of good rest.
Having a proper bed, I'm sure, would be very welcome to us after days of arduous travel.
Yes. If you want supplies, the kitchen is through that door that Tonic came out of. Before you get to the kitchen, I do have to tell you there's a bar area, and our bartender is a ghost. His name's Leaf. He can't talk. He writes stuff down, but he is there. He really didn't want to leave. It's part of the older structure of the place. That used to be Troll Skull Manor over there, and I just kind of built this way into it.
You
And
should
so,
consider. Go ahead. Sorry.
oh, and off to your right is the library. Upstairs is rooms. And of course, the downstairs you access through the library, and there's a couple further chambers on. There's a lot of rooms here. I don't think I visit them all regularly, so.
And our rooms are also upstairs if we choose to stay here.
Yes. There's now a stairway in the bar leading up. There's that stairway here, and then if you go into the library and into another chamber, there's another stairway leading up. So you have sort of 3 points of entry once you enter the house.
You said there's now a stairway? As in, was it just built for us?
Oh, yes, I had to build that particular stairway, yes. Yeah. There's been a lot of joining and building new things onto what there was here. And so
physically or magically?
Physically, yeah.
Yes.
Really the only magical wood, and it as much as I would like to take credit, we have people like the Black Staff and Waterdeep and other very powerful people that came in and took care of our needs, at least for the flooring and the basement area.
Wow. That's rather impressive.
Yes, well, even though we're a subsection of a guild, there is some importance to the work, as it were. I spend most of my time in research.
You should consider. Go ahead. Sorry.
Is that why you chose to branch off from your family into something else more difficult?
I've always been looking for the strange and unusual things around. I don't know, just a quirk, if you will. Interesting things are interesting, I suppose, to put it simply. And that which we don't quite understand or only ever get a partial understanding of is most fascinating, like ghosts. Ghosts are fascinating. They're all different, like the leaf in the bar. he doesn't talk, but I know plenty of ghosts that talk. I know ghosts that can travel. I know ghosts that can't leave where they are. And yet, we don't have a full understanding of why any of that is.
Perhaps we could look at your research on the topic of ghosts sometime and add our own knowledge and experience.
Oh, yes, if you would. I do have things for you now that you're here. Tonic, yeah! Get the stones, please. And Tonic goes off into another room. And he comes back shortly, and he puts these stones on the table. Now, Tonic is from a place called Eberron. It's another world, and we're not quite sure how he got here, and we've just been together a while now. But these stones are based on something he had there, and they were called sending stones. Now, the idea is you talk into it, and it's basically for communication back and forth, yes? Now, usually, one is only attached to one other, and that can go across a entire length of a plane or a particular world. Yes, these, however, are connected to each other, and in order to modify them that way, some compromises had to be made. They will work within a mile of each other, but you will all be able to hear each other in this loop and talk to each other. And it doesn't matter the mile. It can be below, above, however.
Fascinating.
A mile ground. Tonic has the one that connects to mine directly. And also, there's this book. And he holds out a kind of a large book, sets it in front of you. If you write in that, the words will appear in that book, and he points to a book on a stand, kind of in the corner of the room. Right as you come down the stairs, if you just took a step to the right, there's this, pedestal and a book on it. The words you write in there will appear in that book. And so if you are in a different plane or something, you should be able to write in that book. And if we got the magic right, though it was a minor magic, that book will flip open and show to let me know that there's new writing in the book for me to read it, and I can write back to you. There's only 100 pages, so we can make more, but keep that in mind.
Interesting.
Is that book also technology from this Eberron?
No.
I've been holding on to this pun for this entire conversation, and I just have to say it. Tonic, my old man, don't you think it would be quite appropriate for your master here to recruit a genie under his employ? That way he could refer to you as Gin and Tonic.
Yes, good one. I make a good gin and tonic. That's why I like the name Tonic. I'm excellent bartending.
I'm going to use that in my comedy routine.
So we got a bartender. Leaf, yeah.
Sarissa is going to wander back to the bar and get Leaf to make her something strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only appropriate response.
Check out the library, and then maybe just take a peek downstairs to the basement.
Okay. There seem to be some lights glowing, possibly torchlight. You don't know if you're just peeking, but it is lit down there, whatever is down there. And the library is huge. There are, at least 5 shelves that go 5-6 stacks high, all the way around this large room.
Cool. And then, do we all have the sending stones at this point?
Yeah, everyone has a sending stone.
Ooh, I need to add that to my...
Roxel talking to us. It's like, hey, gang, we want to have a meeting in the library real quick.
And you all hear this as plain as day.
I love
like a
meetings.
walkie-talkie. It doesn't go into your mind or anything. It just the voice comes out. So
Wonderful. When Rox calls on the walkie-talkie, Does it also go off for Lucian? Like, does it come through his as well? Like, is he connected to our line?
No.
Good. Just wondering about that. I will pick up the rock and excuse me. I have received a call.
Oh yes, we all heard. I mean, yes. If you need to talk, by all means, library is open. Anywhere is open. I'll be here for a while. So talk amongst yourselves, whatever you need. You can always call out for Tonic. He has pretty good hearing. So
I will keep that in mind.
And Sarissa, you get your drink. You're sort of shown a board and just you said what you wanted, and you kind of see hands that sort of flicker in and out. He's almost not always there, and he makes a drink and hands it to you.
Thank you, me.
And you see a nod, kind of. Again, sort of in and out, but it's not partially real like the doll. It's still all spectral. It's just sort of there, not there.
Everest is really fascinated with this rocky talkie thing, and but at the same time he's a little upset that there's no off switch already. Yeah, whatever. He'll keep it in his pocket anyway, and probably join them for a drink. Probably that guy that sits at the bar and everyone just rolls their eyes like, oh, crap.
Okay, so you're not going to the library. You're getting a drink.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a drink. I'm
okay
with Sarissa and Sarissa. I'm just hanging out with Sarissa.
I'll go to the library.
Sarissa, you heard this too. It came across the stone if you took it with you. So
yeah, I would have been taking my drink and going to.
Oh well, then I guess I'm following Sarissa. I was just gonna bail and let them talk it out, but whatever. If the whole group's meeting.
I mean, you can. Like, we're not there.
Yeah,
I'll go.
So you walk into the library again. You see shelves 5-6 high that just books all the way around this large room, and there are various tables and chairs scattered throughout, like little study areas and things like that. And there's also kind of a larger table in the center as well. And again, everything is fairly ornate.
You called us?
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to see, a couple things. Do we want to, I guess, move here? I've got a lot of stuff back at the other place. And, Kane's not here either. So whenever they come back, we just going to be gone. I mean, I guess we could leave a note.
We could possibly keep both places for a bit during the transition. That way we're not rushed and moving all of our things over.
We also could use both facilities, take our own business and have our home in the warehouse and stay here if necessary. Or one or two people could stay here. How far are we, by the way, from is it more than a mile from the warehouse here? I assume it would be.
Yes.
Yeah, so we couldn't use the walkie-talkies to compensate for that distance.
Signal extender on Amazon.
Because we have rooms here, but it is not our own office, so to speak. It is a shared guild space.
That is true. It's just so lavish here in comparison, but I guess we could sort of spruce up the other place a bit if we needed.
Yeah. It's also new. We can take our time and decide. We don't have to rush.
Agreed.
I like the original idea you said, though, where we mainly stay at our other place. That way we can maintain some privacy and a bit of agency, and then we will take them up on the offer here and possibly have temporary rooms to ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to spruce up the warehouse, I could throw in some money. That's not a problem.
Oh, I gladly would. Comfort at the home is what's going to keep us going while we're out adventuring.
I guess the other part is, do we want to take off and go find this monster, or do we want to go to Blackstaff? Sarissa, I know you wanted to go there.
I think for now my training can wait.
After we deal with these next few things on our list, perhaps we will take a bit of time for ourselves. Prepare for the next task.
You have auditions.
Oh, yes, I know. I don't consider that work, though.
Hmm.
I'm
I
far
see.
too good at it for it to be work. I just start playing my lyre. Beautiful melody. Let me roll. How come I don't know the alphabet?
I do that so often.
A 10. So yeah, I'm like poorly playing. Oh, sorry, just tuning it once I realize I'm not doing very good.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
better go kill a monster though, for real. Out of game.
Yes.
We're
I
playing
suppose
D&D. Let's go kill a monster.
We've had this monster on the docket for some time now. Should we go? I mean, it was on there before we left for 3 months. I can only imagine what it's looking like now.
Yeah, its belly is full with like sheep and rogue school children and whatever by this point because we're messed up.
Would we then rent a cart and horses? Because we've been using either Gavin's or renting, right? Or gone in a portal for 3 months. Like, I don't know that we have our own.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir Enterprises cart rental.
I'm sure Benny knows a guy. And we shouldn't leave without Kane. So perhaps while we prep, they will return.
Perhaps.
Maybe they're heading there already.
Yeah, we could leave a note with the location and just sort of do a meetup.
Yeah.
At least leave a location for both stops we plan on going to. That way, you know.
Mhm.
And then if we end up getting there and defeating the monster, we could leave a note there too. Like, sorry, I killed it already. Meet us over here.
Next.
Next location.
It's like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? You just
try-
missed her. Yeah, heels.
Just trying to set it up for Vera to like be able to come in whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Various clues.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we should look at the basement, no?
Yeah.
Get a little peekaboo before we head out.
We should also ask if they have any reconnaissance or intelligence regarding this monster. It's been now more than 3 months. Someone should know something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. If they don't know anything, we could do a little gather info check. I know that's not a skill anymore, but you know what I mean. Investigation.
All right. So basement, or are you asking someone about the monster?
Probably basement first, right?
It's at the
Okay.
basement.
Yeah.
All right. So go down the basement. Again, you're stepping on fine oak steps that are more than stable. As you go down, there are lights around you. It's not torchlight. It seems to be magical light of some kind. It's contained, but it's everywhere. And you ever see the show Warehouse 13?
Yes.
So basically, they collected weird stuff, and it was a giant warehouse of things with little cards next to everything explaining what it was. And so you go down, and that's kind of what you see, just this great expanse of things and shelves, and at least 3, 4 high, just going on all the way to the back and all sides. There's aisles going up and down.
Molly's. Sorry.
I was just gonna say Warehouse 13. Yeah, I love that show. Anyway, sorry. Continue. You're actually saying something important.
No. Molly's hands are just sort of like start to itch, like looking at all this stuff, and she just like touches one, just like muscle spasm. It's fine.
Control yourself.
You don't know what I'm doing.
That's out of game control. It's just my voice in your head.
Oh, I see.
This is a lot of stuff here.
Far more than I expected.
Very extravagant. And I assume we can just use this whenever? Or am I misunderstanding?
I don't
Items are
know.
not for use, are they? This is his collection?
Oh, well, I suppose that is a misunderstanding then.
Or I could have misunderstood.
I will ask the construct. Sorry, what were you saying, Sarissa?
I believe that this is the culmination of his collection so far. That they are taking in things that others do not want to deal with. My understanding was that these things are quite dangerous.
That was mine as well.
You could ask the Warforged, and then we know for sure. Mm-hmm. It is impressive. Can we peruse like a little bit just to sort of get the vibe of? Is it just like literally a little bit of everything?
Yeah, there's seems to be organization to it, based around subject matter. Like you do find the monkey paw under possible wish making category. Things like that, various things that we think are just lights. But there's objects that glow and might do more, but they're not sure. There's some stuff that has exactly what it does on there. You throw this thing on the ground and it crackles with electricity, sending a lightning bolt out. Various orbs, various staves, all kinds of objects.
Well, in the category where it's like you said something about we think this might be lights.
Yeah.
Are there a bunch? There are a bunch of objects.
Yeah, there's a bunch of objects that glow intermittently, and they know they light up, but beyond that, nothing. But it produces light.
Interesting. I can't see for shit in the dark. They might be lights. Is fascinating to me. Can I take a look at any of those objects? Would I maybe recognize one is for sure what it is? Like to narrow it down of what it might be, if it looks familiar?
Give me there's a lot here, so give me a perception check and then a history check.
Okay. Perception is a total of 17.
Okay.
And then, I'm sorry, what was the other one again?
History.
History, oh boy. Okay, I'll try. Oh, 5.
Okay. So you definitely see some things that are more verified to just be glowing things that could have other properties, but for sure glow. We're pretty sure that's all it does. Maybe more, where others are a little more uncertain on that maybe more part. Is like they only seem to glow. And there's a small glowing rod that seems to be able to fit in your hand. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a lantern that just seems to be glowing.
Hmm. Right. That's fair. I guess if it was simple, they'd probably know.
Yeah.
Can I?
There's a torch that's sort of spinning, and the flame is always on, and it just keeps kind of rotating.
Mm.
Can I roll an Arcana to see if I
I
recognize anything?
On what are you? Is there anything particular you're interested in? There's a lot of stuff here, so.
Oh. Oh.
Hmm.
Of all the things. I want to roll an Arcana on some of the staves.
Okay, go for it.
See if I recognize what we've got. 23?
Okay. One staff you look at has a top that you unscrew, and these things pop out of it. They're like black and white, and they just keep popping out. They're like cylinders, right? But there's no indication that this will ever stop happening once you open it up, unless you put the lid back on. There's another staff that glows with energy, and when you tap it into the ground, it will launch 3 magic missiles out. And there's also a charges per day listing on it. There's another staff that's floating. There it seems you could use it to float. It says you hold it up in the air and kind of twist around like you would know it as a helicopter, but you kind of do that and you'll spin up into the air.
Great. Yeah, that's definitely healthy. Okay. Telling that to a chaotic neutral person is not a good idea, but okay.
Yeah, Rox is going after seeing all this. He's gonna take the puppers back upstairs since he doesn't want them like grabbing random stuff.
Right. They were kind of sniffing around a crate. And
They're gonna pee on something. They're determined to. They're gonna catch you when you're not looking.
The magical puppers.
How long do they last?
Forever till they die, right?
Yeah, until they
They
die.
just permanently summoned, or can you put them in a pocket again? Or
They're permanently summoned. They just exist now.
Oh, cool! That's awesome.
Yeah, we have mastiffs now, which I approve of.
Yes. Yeah, Lori the player is very excited about pets.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna need pictures of them, Rox, in the Discord. So you have to find that.
He's riding both of them.
Excellent.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
Some things down here spark, make little noises.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm so stupid. I was trying to. I'm sorry. I was just trying to check my video settings and accidentally hit stop video. Now,
that's okay.
Messed everything up.
That's all right.
We can deal. So what were you saying, Everest? Were you saying something?
I was just crying about messing things. I don't even remember what I was saying anymore.
Okay.
I'm in distress.
Okay.
Moving on.
That's okay.
We always knew Everest wanted to be in a position of power. Now he's in the DM speed.
Oh yes, yes. 10,000 gold for the people.
So yeah, there's things down here that kind of pop, and sometimes you think you hear a little chittering here and there.
I very reluctantly head back upstairs.
Okay.
Because I'm afraid to touch something that I don't know what it is.
As you proceed back up, you kind of got to go around. You do see rows of various gauntlets and gloves.
There's like, I stand there, like I stop. I'm thinking, like, oh, I can look. I could just, it will be okay if I just look. I'm just looking, and I'll turn back around and go check out. They're like,
So there's gloves of spider climb, gloves that are essentially like the staff. You can basically Iron Man magic missile out of the palm.
That's cool.
There are other gloves which seem to pop out little tools from them and can help pick locks better.
I don't know who would need that. No.
Yeah. There's a pair of gloves that just seems to make soap, and you can use for washing, and they just produce soap.
So are we gonna like
We could all
kill
use that.
Lucian and Tonic and take over the home now? Is that like our plan? We get all this cool stuff. Like, come on.
Our collection now. No.
No, murder, no murder hoboing.
No.
Oddly, the gloves that produce soap are also marked unstable.
Oh no, that's
like-
the last thing I want my soap to be.
It's
I
very-
want it to be very stable.
It's like, for half a second, Molly considers switching the labels for the Iron Man gloves for the gloves of soap, and then telling Everest that he should have them. But it's just like, for like, her hands hover. She's like, I could, but it no, and
This
like
counts as stealing.
it does. I will remember this. Gonna go looking for Tonic.
All right. You go back upstairs, and both Tonic and Lucian are in the main room. Tonic's just sitting there. He goes, "Welcome back."
Thank you. I have queries.
Okay.
One,
Yes, what can we answer for you?
yes. One, downstairs,
Yes.
your collection.
Mm-hmm.
Are the items for use for those working for you, or are they permanently stored?
Oh yes, you can take them if you wish. They're just there to. I mean, I definitely wouldn't take out the more unstable things, explosions and all, you know. But yeah, if you need something, feel free to sign it out. And oh, that reminds me, I do have little pins, badges, if you will, for all of you. Should you need some sort of official business on in Waterdeep, you just present these, and it should get you in without problem. Again, we're a subsection of the proper guild, so but they should let you bypass guards and things without too many questions, unless you're trying to, you know, see the Blackstaff without an appointment or something. But
Very handy.
yes.
Thank you.
Oh yes, no problem.
I will let them know. Interesting and generous of you to allow us access to your
Oh,
supply.
yes. Well, you never know what would be helpful. Maybe the strange and unusual helps with the strange and unusual. Who knows?
I do like that.
Plus, field testing. Don't know what some of the stuff does.
I will definitely keep that in mind. Rox particularly likes experiments. My second query, Tonic.
Yes.
Yes. Where you're from? What do you remember?
Eberron. Corvair.
That's the world location specifically. How did you get here?
There was an explosion. And then I woke up here.
In Waterdeep.
On this plane.
I see. A very long time ago?
It was a few years ago, yeah.
Interesting. You saw, my compatriots. We're very surprised by your appearance. You are unique in many ways.
Yeah. And is anyone up here with Molly? Or are you all served downstairs or in the library?
I think
It was my
Sarissa would
impression
be.
only Molly came up. Is that correct?
Yeah, I imagined I was still just sort of perusing and writing things down about how amazing this cache of magic goods is.
Yeah.
Mm,
Rox might be in the bar area, just kind of getting a survey of the land.
Okay. All right. So what does anyone else want to do?
Nothing in particular here.
Anything you
What?
need to get ready?
Ooh, yeah. I think they said that we could grab supplies. I would probably grab some rations, and then some extra rations for the doggos. Maybe like a couple wooden bowls for water.
We get
Okay. Yeah, you can easily find a couple wooden bowls. And...
I want to check out those spider climb gloves
Okay.
and basically sign them out under my name
Okay.
and then give them to Molly and say, "Here you go. I saw you eyeing these. They're signed out under my name, so don't let anything happen to them."
Thank you, Everest. That is very nice of you to look out for me.
No problem. I figured it would be quite fascinating to see how effectively you kill things from the rafters.
I am sure there are useful things there for you as well.
Oh yes, I was considering one of the magical wands or something ranged.
Did you see the gloves that make the light? You could blast people from far away and be safe.
Oh, we could have glove friends. Good idea.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
wonder. I don't have 4 arms. I wonder if they're willing to check me out 2 sets of gloves. We'll find out.
I could side those ones out.
Ah, yes. This is a very strange transaction.
Yes.
All
As
right,
long as you take good care of them.
Oh, of course. Same to you. We sign each other's gloves out.
Yeah. We'll just trade. Why not?
And you get the sense it's more for record keeping, just so he knows that they're gone, more than are you going to return these soon or anything. It's just, they're weird magic items and more or less records that, just like, okay, this is gone, nothing took them. And we know that they're out properly.
Well, it feels like a library to me, so they'll come after you if you don't bring those books back.
Alright, Sarissa is then, knowing that she can take something, she is going to go ahead and sign out the magic missile staff.
Okay.
So we have. I'll give everybody there. If we all reconvene or pass each other eventually, give you guys your pins as well. And I assume we're just sort of taking Kane's supplies with us, like their pin and their rock.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. This is an interesting day.
So, anything else I can provide you? Any the spectacles he's wearing, he takes them off and he kind of puts them back in his robe.
May I ask,
Yes.
what are those?
Oh, they my glasses or
Yes.
oh, they how to put it? Let me see the truth of things.
Huh. Can I roll an Arcana to see if I know what that is?
Sure.
21.
Okay. You've heard of these. They are quite rare, but there are just a very few of these around, but they are glasses. It's almost like glasses of true seeing, in a sense. But any disguise, illusion, anything you're trying to pretend to be, whatever, all that sort of falls away when you look through these.
Aha. Interesting. Where on earth did you acquire those?
Oh, well, that was the leg adventure.
Maybe you will tell us that story one day.
Yeah, maybe. I don't always like to go over it, but
Fair enough.
We should probably go now. We have a
all right.
lot to do.
You can stay here, or do you need anything? What do you plan to do?
To the
We're gonna
monster. Yeah.
Yes, we're going to go take out this beast problem.
Oh, delightful. Do you need a carriage or anything?
Actually, yes.
Yes.
Sure, could use one. Comfortable one, please.
All right. Look, I know a person, probably the best driver in Waterdeep. However, extremely eccentric. And his accent changes like wild. Don't mention that, though. It'll just get him mad. In fact, it's very bad, whatever he's trying to do. It's absolutely horrible. But just go with it. It goes by the chauffeur. Again, I don't ask why. But he's literally the best driver of anything anywhere that I know of. Tonic, we have the sending stone to him, right? Yeah. Just if you wouldn't mind getting the chauffeur, he's a sight to put up with. But anyway, so it might take an hour or two. Is there anything you would like? A meal, food, more?
Where are our rooms?
Where are what? Sorry.
Our rooms.
Oh, just go up any one of the staircases, library or from the inn or this one here, and you can claim any of the empty rooms. There's plenty.
Okay. Sarissa's going to wander upstairs and see if she can find a room that's sort of away from everything.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. She's going to claim that one.
All right.
If there's one like sort of across the hall, Molly doesn't really want a lot of neighbors on either side.
Okay. Yep.
I think Rox said there was rooms on the ground floor near the library, or no?
Yeah. There's a kind of near the stairways down. If you go through a different door, and then go through another door, there are rooms back there.
Yeah, he'd probably set up down there.
Yeah. There even seems to be room for your experiments if you wanted a larger room to
Yeah,
help snack experiments in.
he'll walk in, survey the scene, and just.
Perfect.
And then he'll get on the walkie-talkie and says like, "Hey, if anybody wants, a companion, they can take barley. I'm gonna hold on to wheat though, or I can watch both of them if nobody wants a pupper."
Having a royal beast follow me around would be quite cool. No, quite cool. Quite good. I will, I think I might purchase some barding for the little thing and maybe some decorative banners or something.
You're going to put barley in barding?
Yes. Where does one buy dog armor? In Waterdeep.
Where's that good doggo armor?
Where's the best kind? The best stuff.
At Doggo Armor R Us, of course.
Oh, well, then that's where
Right
I
down the
go.
street.
That's
In
where
fact,
I go
directly across
before
the
we.
way.
Oh my god.
So you can basically get like a leather vest that will give it some armor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to armor. I'll get 2 sets, okay? Because I can't leave
Okay.
the other dog out.
So you get these little thick hides for them to kind of wear over there.
Mhm. Yeah, and I also very specifically want like a little I go through my things and find like a little flag that displays my my family crest, and I want it to like put it on top of the dog that's going to be following me around. So there's like a little flag waving.
standard bearer.
All right.
I'm ready.
Mhm.
About 3 gold for all that, especially the kind of the custom fit leather vest for a mastiff.
For sure, yeah. And another thing, I have animal handling +1, so this dog probably hates me the whole time. Like, it almost bites, like snaps at me on occasion when I'm feeding it. Like, it's not a great relationship.
Doesn't like being made to wear an outfit.
Yeah, my passive animal handling is an 11, so you know, give you any idea of my relationship.
All right. So as you're doing this, as you come back, you hear these. As you come back, Everest, I should say, after going to Doggo Zaras and getting the Doggo armor, these hooves fast approach on this, and you hear the unmistakable sound of a carriage coming up at high speed, and then there's a guy on top. You can see if you look over. He's wearing a fancy cap and a fine flowing long cloak, and he's standing up very proud and tall of what he has, and he stops, and the horses stop almost on a dime right in front of the manor. He's like, "Hello, I am the chauffeur. I am here for you."
Hold on, is this guy based off of you? Because he's got a hat on. He is D chauffeur. That's DC.
No.
Is this another one of those name things you were doing? Anyway,
Not today.
because you didn't think of it. That's why.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. We needed a ride. Please take it steady. Few as bumps as possible.
Are you sure you know who you called? There will be no bumps.
Oh, well, that makes me quite happy then. I've never partook of your services before, so.
Now, is it just you or is there more? I don't have time.
Oh, no, I will gather my friends. I'll just wander back in and be like, oh, our ride's here.
Oh, I suppose in the meantime, we could have drafted a message for Kane and sent it back to the warehouse.
Okay, sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Don't want to leave them out.
No.
Can we like contract Tonic to do stuff for us?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what you want him to do, but
I guess if possible, Rox would give Tonic like 200 gold and just be like, so we've got a warehouse. Could you I don't know, I guess beef up our security and maybe if you can hire somebody to build us a bar in there and just kind of make the place a lot more like this, nicer if possible while we're gone.
oh, security, do you know Benedict?
We do.
You should talk to him about security. Otherwise, he was just who I would talk to.
Okay. Well, what about the, I guess, renovating of the warehouse?
Oh, I can get other people for that. No problem. You're friends.
Awesome. Yeah, and he'll just give him 200 gold, and he's like, whatever is left, you keep that. And I don't know what you would spend it on, but whatever you want to spend it on.
Okay. I don't need the 100 gold though. Here you go. He just gives you back the 100 gold and keeps the other 100 for what he needs.
Oh, well, all right. Well, thanks.
I don't need a tip. I'm fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we'll see you in however long this takes.
Okay.
If we don't die.
Kind of gather with the gloves and our stuff, the supplies from the kitchen, and just sort of give Lucian a longer look. Like, we will talk more when we get back. Yes?
Oh, yes. Available anytime, except, when I'm sleeping, but I don't go out too much.
I understand. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. And if I happen, do I overhear the conversation Rox has with Tonic?
Yeah, you're all sort of in the relatively same area, so unless Rox wanted to really just pull Tonic aside and do that, but
No, I mean, it would probably just be kind of before, as we're getting ready to head out.
Okay.
Yeah, you're all sort of in this main chamber area. So.
Sidle up to Tonic a bit. Do what you can to make the warehouse nicer. Leave my security alone. Keep going. Just mildly offended that everyone keeps thinking that the warehouse is not secure.
He's like, of course.
I have a question out of game. The gloves of magic missiles I got are basically, is it just the equivalent of a wand of magic missiles?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll just add that in with the managed equipment thing. So cool. Sorry about that. Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
No problem.
It's all good. Sarissa, are you ready?
Yes, I suppose I am.
And so if you all head out to your carriage, you see the gentleman standing atop before. He's like, "Are you clean?
Clean?
You've bathed. You're not covered in filth and getting in my carriage dirty."
Of course we're clean.
Yes. I
And
could get the soapy gloves.
He looks at all of you and he's like, "I don't know what that means. Just get in."
I am incredibly offended that you think I would be anything other than spotless, sir.
Everest.
I don't know you. You look fancy, but how do I know you don't roll around in mud for fun? I don't.
Do you see a drop of mud on me? Not even one on the boot.
Well, good. Get in. I won't have a problem with you.
We're off to a bad start, chauffeur. I'll climb in.
All right.
Slam the door behind me.
Now that you have to reopen the door.
Exactly. Yeah, I slammed the door behind me. I'm the first one in. So. Oh, sorry.
Will he let me take like a scout position out front with him?
He eyes you carefully. You ask him this though?
Yeah.
He looks up and down. He's like, "Okay, but do not interfere with my driving.
I will not.
Hold on to something."
I will.
Okay.
Tie some rope around your waist. and attach it to the carriage.
Okay, Mom. I'll be safe.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Everyone's ready. Okay.
Very excited.
We go. And you're launching forward at a speed you didn't think possible by horses.
Whoa! And we're all getting car sick at this
It's more
point
fun
because
if you
we've
put
never
your
gone
arms
this
up.
fast.
And Molly, how are you holding on while you're the least secure out of everyone?
Yeah, I assume like usually carriages at the front when it's going up to like the coachman, there's sort of like those little like handles, like little side bits. When you're climbing up,
Yeah.
you grab them. She'll kind of have a hand on that, and then her other foot braced on the like. There's like a footrest typically too at carriages, so she's kind of bracing herself on an angle like that.
All
like
right.
that.
As the journey continues, just give me a either athletics or acrobatics check,
Okay, please.
whichever's better
Acrobatics.
for you.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
acrobatics. 18.
18. Yep. Okay, you're fine.
Hey.
So you're speeding through and just, again, faster than you think you can go. The chauffeur is standing epically, just calm. Nothing's phasing him as he's driving these horses, and these horses are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They're used to this. They're just going, and you're just going, and you're out of Waterdeep probably quicker than ever before.
Oh.
And as you continue on, you continue a day, and you take your first. It becomes night, and you have to stop for your first rest before you reach the village, sort of between points. Is there anyone that would like to take a watch or do anything? And it's just been solid travel, really, unless you needed a break or something. And even then, he argued with you endlessly about not stopping.
I'm up all night riding, given that I only trance for a couple of hours, so I'll be taking watch most of the night. And during the trance, someone else can take watch.
If we stop and it's like sort of like relatively lit, and I assume we have a campfire, probably. Yeah, I'll take probably the first watch because I won't be able to see too late into the night.
Okay.
Or I'll offer to anyway.
All right.
And sorry, that is 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Molly, give me a perception check.
Oh, okay.
for your watch.
Perception incoming. No, I don't need the description. I just want to roll the dice, please. There it goes. Oh boy, that's a 12.
12. Okay.
Mhm.
You're looking around. Seems okay. Quiet, calm.
Perfect.
Everest, perception check.
Oh, my bad. I was reading something and got distracted.
No worries.
Super bad at listening and reading at the same time. Oh, here we go. Big money, big money. A 5.
Okay. Yeah. Everything's okay. Calm, peaceful. The wind blows up a little bit.
Cool.
And
I have dark vision.
yeah, you're okay. Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong.
Just reminding you.
You get up the next morning. Feels fine. Unless there's anything anyone wants to do while you're making breakfast or having some more amazing chips from Rocks.
No, just over the night I wanted to put on the new gloves if I could, the spider
Okay.
climb gloves.
Yep. The hands feel a little sticky, but you figure out how to kind of get them to work so you can hold on to things and not be like, this won't come off, type thing.
It's like an awkward half an hour where I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
I've got some sort of ability. Hold on a second. What is it called? Bardic something or another that lets me. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Just continue. I could have swore I had some sort of bardic feature. I'm just trying to.
You have a song of rest for
Song
when
of
we're resting.
Rest. Yeah. Did anyone need HP healed? No, we've been.
I
Chilling.
think we're doing a full rest zone.
Yeah, you're
right?
doing a long rest, so you'll all be.
I got you. Okay, cool. Yeah,
Like-
never mind that.
Rox probably would have tried to wake up early with wheat and go like pheasant hunting or something
Okay,
to try to prepare some breakfast.
sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can do that. Yep, you find a. You bring back. You find they're not all pheasants, but you find maybe a couple rabbits or so. But you find at least 7 things you can use for cooking game, like rabbit, pheasant, maybe a duck.
Nice. And he's like hunting with firebolt, so he's
Oh,
more
yeah.
or less cooking
So they're
as he's
pre-cooked.
catching.
It's efficient.
there's extra fur bits you got to kind of peel off or not, up to you. And then when people bite into it, they get a surprise. But
he would like clean them as his bag at camp, and then fully cook them. But yes, kind of give the innards to the doggos.
all right, yeah, they have a good meal. The
They
doggos
get
are
the
quite
good
happy.
stuff.
Just rolling an animal handling check, Rocks, with advantage. You're doing quite well with them, so they like the jerky and the food you're giving them. Just want to see how well they.
It's not great. 5.
5. Okay, they seem cooperative, but commands might be a little iffy at this time. But they're still plussed with you since you've been feeding them. So
It's the way to their heart.
all right. Anything anyone else does in the morning that they need to take care of before you get back in the carriage and go off?
I'm good.
All right. So you start your travel again, and again you're just taking off. And as you can see this village in the distance now that you've been traveling for a little while. And as you're traveling, it's only a little in the afternoon, like maybe 3 bells or so. And yet the sky, the canopy comes over you and becomes dark and starlit as you approach the village.
Kind of scary and cool.
Yeah, I'll kind of like knock on the carriage because I don't know if these guys are looking out all the time or not. People, something weird. You should look.
Oh dear, what is this? The part the curtain. Look out.
And you see the last bits of light fade, even though you're all pretty well aware it cannot have been that long. It's suddenly it's almost like a dome effect, sort of close, or a hood coming up over you and just closing off, and the whole night sky lays out before you, and all the stars are where you think the stars should be, and all of that.
Explain yourself, chauffeur.
I don't know what's going on. We need to get to town.
I would say move quickly, but then I believe the wheels would fall off.
I agree. We need to go into town.
And so he gets to town and he stops again on a dime, and you all kind of lurch forward again, right at the town gate. You're like, "Here you are. I will wait here. I do not like the looks of this place."
Neither do I.
Get out!
You're so damn rude.
If you need to rest here or whatever, I will be here with my horses.
I will smile at him. I find it delightful. And I hop down. Thank you.
And as you walk into the town, the first thing you see is this old woman, and she's kind of hunched over and has big grandma glasses on, and she's selling pies, and a lot of them, just 5, 6 in a row there, more behind her. She's like, pies.
Sarissa will buy a pie.
All right, you walk up to the stand, and it's like she's not looking at you, like there's someone next to you, and she goes, "Oh, would you like a pie?" How? It's 7 silver for anyone in this row here. Just put the money on the table.
Well,
I will do so.
And then she goes, "Oh yes, it is a lovely night." And so you purchase a pie. You can take it if you want to.
I kind of like gloved
Oh, your
hand in front
family's
of.
doing well? Yes, I'll be with you in a moment. Oh, that's good. Okay, well, yes, enjoy your pie. Yes, next.
Okay.
Um,
She's Barbie.
I am surprised Rox wasn't the first one to go after the pie, Sarissa. You must have been hungry. Did the breakfast not satisfy you earlier?
No, I just. She seemed. I don't know. Familiar somehow.
Is it not more pressing that she seems to be experiencing a major malfunction?
She's a bit balmy, but that's alright.
Oh, tell the kids hello. Yes, you're.
Are there any other people out on the street, or just this lady selling her pies at her little shop?
There's just this lady selling pies right at the sort of entrance to the town. You can make out some people again at sort of night here now, but there are a couple people off in the distance in front of another building. You can kind of at this distance they're a little shadowy, but you can tell there's two people there.
Are there hidden drugs in these pies? Because if she's selling them at night, that's just sketchy. I'm just saying. There might be some sketchy stuff going on with this pie salesman. Normal pie woman. All right, good.
If we watch her for a little bit, does she loop through this dialogue?
In fact, she does.
So I wouldn't have to like insight check. It's exactly the same, basically.
It's exactly the same.
Interesting.
Well, that's odd. Perhaps she has dementia or something.
But you are all seeming to forget that it is now night, when it was not. And she is selling pies at night to no one and talking to no one.
Let's speak with some of the other townsfolk and then see what sort of impression we get from them first before we make too many snap judgments. There could be some sort of nature magic at work here. Perhaps the townsfolk could prefer extended nighttime periods. I'm not sure. We will see. There are some strange things we've seen so far, so let's not rule it out.
If, as Everest is talking, Molly's like nodding at him, but also backing up, and I'd like to go into like stealth mode.
All
And just like go into alongside the group.
I intentionally ramble with him, by the way, just because like that's one of the personality traits. So feel free to just interrupt him or walk away or do literally anything.
No, it's perfect. I guess you probably want me to roll something.
Stealth, please.
Could I use my inspiration?
Yeah.
Because that was unsatisfying.
Use that inspiration. What are the flora and fauna, like the plants, and actually what are the people looking like? Are the plants like dying from lack of sun? Are the people super pale?
The plants and everything's fine. The other two people that you clearly, well, sort of, that you know there's two people up ahead that you can see from this distance. You can tell that they're bodies, but they're still kind of in shadow. You have to walk up to them a little more to kind of identify them. But these are the only other people you see. The plants and all that look fine.
And how are the
pie?
Okay. It's do you eat it or do you just sort of look into it? Or
I'm just gonna look at it first.
It looks like a great pie. Smells good.
I am concerned.
That was a 12 to a natural 20, so a total of 25. Okay. Yeah.
So Molly is somewhere. Who knows?
Molly has poofed. Okay. I think I'm going to eat just a small piece.
Okay. It's really good pie. Blueberry.
Okay.
Tastes great.
I'll take a slice, thank you.
Buy your own pie. They're only 7 cents.
I suppose you're right. I'm just afraid I might eat all of it.
So eat all of it.
I'm gonna buy a pie too.
All right.
I've been peer pressured into buying a pie from the street pie.
You're at a different point in the dialogue, but you remember they're 7 silver, so whether you place 7 silver down and take the pie is up to you. Or unless you just wait for the dialogue to loop again.
Yeah, I'll pay for it. I'm not a thief. No offense, Molly. But yeah, I will.
Wow.
Wow.
We'll drop the money down. I'll drop a gold down. That's how good of a guy I am.
Rox, give me a perception check. You were kind of looking at the area.
That is an 18.
18. Okay. Uh, it's weird, but as you proceed down the road, the torches, you notice they almost reset in the direction they're blowing in the wind. It's like they sort of cycle as well. Like they were this way, and then they kind of go back and forth between.
And can he get close enough to, I guess, the only other two people we see and like see if he can listen in on their conversation?
Yeah. So you get up to them. Are you trying to be quiet up to them?
I mean, he's walking with the dog, so I don't know how well he's going to be stealthing. So I'll just kind
All
of,
right.
we'll walk in their general direction, but not maybe not directly at them.
As you get closer, you hear, I don't know. I don't think he'll survive much longer. He's an abbot of Lathander. We have to do something. I don't know if there's anything else we can do. And it's just this back and forth between these two gentlemen, regular looking townsfolk, just brown vests, clothing, not nothing truly distinct about them. They're just arguing. I mean, he's been here a while and he's still very sick. We should do something. Yeah, I'm not sure what. What should we do? I don't know. He just came and they got ill, and then the sloops, and that's where we'll end.
Oh,
Spooky.
yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So
Bum, bum.
let's go around and have everyone let us know who they are, where you can find them, doing amazing things. So go for it.
Alrighty. Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fear. You can find me at Crystal_Fear on Twitter and at Crystal Fear pretty much everywhere else. I'm pretty much only here for right now, other than Tuesday nights. I am in the chat over on Thread Raiders if you want to come watch Geek Attack with me. It's a whole lot of fun. Yeah, I am highly concerned for this town because, feels like we're watching a time loop or something. It's weird. Anyway.
Now, will that pie reset from when you ate it? That's
Okay, yeah. You just described paradise instead of a nightmare.
I'm at Adam, the Damaslamus, everywhere on the social medias. On Tuesday nights, 6 Pacific, I GM a game called The Gods We Know over on Friends Who Roll Dice. And I play here every Saturday, and every other Sunday I am playing in a Curse of Strahd game on Featherfall Tabletop. And that's me.
You're muted.
Oh, that's the opposite of the button that it did. So I am Leland/Leopold the Just, social media consultant for various tabletop RPG and tabletop RPG adjacent film companies. Just got another job actually working for the Fantasy Network. So instead of plugging something, I'll just plug that. Go and check out the fantasy.network. It is a streaming service for indie fantasy films in series. You can find stuff like The Gamer's Darkness Rising. You can find Journey Quest there, which is from another company I work for. You can find things like Mythica and a bunch of other stuff from like Aerostorm Entertainment, AFK. There's all sorts of good stuff on there. And it has a pretty cool model because it's mostly free, and then there's a few things that are behind like a small subscription paywall. So you can honestly go there and watch most of the stuff for free without just making an account. But anyway, check it out. All sorts of good stuff there. But yeah. And you can find me again next Saturday on this show. There we go. check it out.
Awesome. And I'm Lori, aka Calamity Jane. You can find me on Twitter and other social medias as Calamity_Jane, Jayn. I'm also here on Saturdays with the Inspectors, but you can also find me as a moderator in the D&D Beyond Discord, and also sometimes in their chat. So if you watch their content, come on by and say hello.
Hi, I'm DC Lasser. I've been your DM, kind of, sort of, for the evening. You can find me everywhere at DCLASAIR. That's right here on this channel, Twitter, Instagram. I'm sure there's other places. You can find me here Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, streaming The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I stream for a while. And then Saturdays, you just witnessed what happens on Saturdays. So if you like it, please come on back. We'd appreciate it very much. And also, I'm in Twitch chats. I moderate many of them. So if you're in Twitch, and
Also,
if I'm there, you're probably in a pretty awesome channel. So say hi, and I'll say hi back, I'm sure. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. We'll have this episode up on YouTube in a couple days. If you missed anything or haven't seen it yet, why not? Please follow all these lovely people around me. They're wonderful, and they do a lot to get this show going. So thank you all so much for watching. We appreciate you. Please take care of yourself and each other. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Wear your damn mask.
Yes, do that.